Hey everyone, John from Pan back again today, and what I'm going to be doing is walking you through how to fill out the Pennsylvania Notary Application. So whether you're applying for the very first time or you're renewing your commission, this video is for you. And before we dive right in, if you find this video helpful, hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss any of our future videos. Alright, let's get into it. So before we do anything, let's take a look at the top here. I'm going to highlight it. It says print or type clearly and fill out the application completely. Do not leave any blanks. If something doesn't apply to you, write none or NA, but never leave a field empty. An incomplete application could delay your appointment. And secondly, the application fee. It must be paid by check or money order and made payable to the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. We'll talk about that more at the end of the video. So next you will see it says check one. There are two boxes, new appointment and reappointment. You're going to check one of those. You will check the new appointment box if this is your very first time applying to be a notary in Pennsylvania. You'll check the reappointment box if you have been a notary in Pennsylvania before. So now if you check the reappointment box, you're actually going to have another section that you need to complete. I'm going to highlight it here. You need to list the notary commission expiration date, the full name that appears on your previous commission, your notary commission ID number, and any other name that you may have used on a previous commission. This could be a maiden name or a former name. If this is your first time applying, you can skip this section completely or write NA in those fields. Alright, so what we're going to do now is take a look at part 1. And you'll notice right next to part 1 it says applicant information. Note, employer/business contact information will be public record. So keep that in mind as we go through this. So your name, you're going to list it on the application how you want to be appointed as a notary. You have first name, middle name or initial, last name, and suffix if suitable. Like I said, this is really important. The name you put on here, that's going to appear on your notary commission, so make sure it's correct. Here are some acceptable formats. Full first name, full middle name and last name, full first name and last name only, full first name, middle initial and last name, first initial, full middle name and last name. What is not allowed? Nicknames, names made up of only initials, and professional titles or prefixes like Doctor, Reverend, or Esquire. However, if junior, senior, second, or third is part of your legal name, you can include that in the suffix field. If the Department of State needs to verify your name, they may ask for government-issued ID, like a passport, driver's license, or non-driver's ID card. Next section we'll take a look at here, we'll highlight it, is the date of birth, Social Security number, and your email address. Your email address is especially important. All communications from the Department of State and the testing company are sent by email only. So use an email address that you check every single day. And yes, providing your Social Security number is a requirement. It's not optional. Next, we're going to take a look at the business information. So it says employer business information. You'll fill in the name of the employer or business where your notary commission will be used. Do not leave this blank. If this doesn't apply to you, you can write NA or none in that first line. Then you'll fill in the business street address. And remember, a P.O. box alone is not acceptable. You need a physical street address. City, state, and zip code. And then you'll need the business telephone number, including area code, in the county. Next, let's take a look at the home address here. Every applicant must list a home address, even if you already provided a business address. Again, P.O. box alone is not sufficient. You need a physical street address. So fill in the home street address, along with the city, state, and zip code, home telephone number, including area code, in the county. A couple important notes here. If you live outside of Pennsylvania, you must list a Pennsylvania business address on this application. If you live in Pennsylvania, you may list only your home address and write NA in all the employer or business sections as long as you're not going to be using a business address. So what becomes public record? I want to pause here and make sure we understand what information becomes public record once you're commissioned. So if you list both the employer and the home, if you list both addresses on here, your employer business name, so let's back it up, your full name, your employer business name, business address, business phone number, and commissioning history will be public record. Let's say you only list the home address on here and you put NA through all the employer information. If you do this, your name, your home address, your home phone number, and commissioning history will be public record. So we just want to make sure you're aware of this when deciding what information to include on the application. Okay, so let's take a look here. Let's scroll down and take a look at part 2, and we'll go ahead and highlight this. So here we got the education, criminal, and the disciplinary and legal history. You're going to check or mark up the appropriate boxes. So what you need to go through here is read through each question and answer those accordingly. You can't leave them blank. The first one, they blacked out no. They're making you check yes. It just states in there that you took the 3 hours of required education. You need to make sure a copy of the course completion certificate is with the application. PAN members will actually put that on the application for you. Question 2 on there, under the criminal history, it asks you about the accelerated rehabilitative deposition, or also known as ARD, for any felony or misdemeanor prior to the date of your application. So read through those and make sure you answer accordingly. If you answer yes, you must attach the name of the court, the charge and outcome, conviction, plea, or ARD, the sentence and probation details, and a signed and dated personal explanation describing the circumstances. Question 3, same deal. If you answer yes, you need to provide information. This one, if you check yes, it just states you need to attach all relevant details and a signed and dated personal explanation. Same thing with question 4. If you check yes, same thing. Attach full details and a signed and dated personal explanation. And question 5, judgments related to notarial acts. If you check yes, attach supporting documentation and a signed and dated personal explanation. This is an important reminder. Answer every question honestly. If you mark yes to any of these, it doesn't automatically disqualify you, but you must provide the required documentation. Unanswered questions or missing documentation can delay or result in the rejection of your application. Okay, so then we're going to scroll to the bottom and we'll highlight it here. It talks about the applicant's signature, applicant printed name, and the date. At the bottom of the application, there's a declaration that you're agreeing to by signing. By signing, you're confirming that you are at least 18 years of age, a citizen or a permanent legal resident of the United States, as a resident of or employed in Pennsylvania. You are able to read and write in English, and you are someone who has the honesty, integrity, competence, and reliability to act as a notary public. You're also confirming that everything on this application is true and complete, and that you understand that any false statement is subject to the penalties, which can result into the suspension or the denial of your notary commission. So sign your name on the applicant signature line, print your name on the applicant printed name line, and fill in the date. All right, and then the last part that we're going to talk about here on the application was we'll just talk about the fees again. The application fee and where you send everything. The notary application fee is non-refundable. It must be paid by check or money order made payable to the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Now, if you're a PAN member, send your completed application to us for review. We'll review it line by line just to lessen the odds of it being rejected. And the application fee is already included in your notary package price, so no additional payments needed. If you're not a PAN member, you're going to mail your completed application and fee to the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, the Department of State. And that address is at the top of the application. You could also submit your application online, and you'll see the email address right here. I'll go ahead and highlight it. There's the web address. And one last important note, if your check is returned for insufficient funds, the Department of State may revoke your commission, so double check before you mail it. And all right, that's it. That's what I got on the Pennsylvania Notary Application walkthrough video from top to bottom. If you're a PAN member and you have any questions, please don't hesitate. Give our member services team a call. They'd love to help. And like I mentioned earlier, if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, like it, share it. We're always looking for people sharing our content. So thanks so much for watching. Good luck with the application. And like always, we'll see you next time.